Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking to you about whether or not it's okay to suck. Okay, alright, so joke intros aside, I read a great article that Maniac, actually, a fellow YouTuber, posted onto social media, and then I read it, and it was a pretty good article. I'll link to it in the description below, so that you can read it as well. It was talking about hobbies. Now, what drew me to the article was it was actually a picture of somebody drawing little miniature people. But really it was focused on both professionals and having a hobby and the difference between the two. And really just being okay enjoying something and not trying to be the best. There are many people, it talked about, that go running or build things or do something like that, and they train or they work just as hard as somebody that's like going to the Olympics or that does it as a profession or something like that. And they hold themselves to a different standard to where it stops becoming fun and starts becoming a job. A job that doesn't pay well or at all. And really, that, I guess, is the crux of my comment here. Isn't so much whether, you should focus on that or whether you shouldn't focus on that, but instead really, I guess, being okay with where you are. I'm not saying you shouldn't strive to always be better. I'm not saying there's not enjoyment out of setting realistic goals and then meeting those goals and then setting new goals. First of all, they should be, realistic. But I guess, so what I put at for miniature painting, which is what a lot of you I think will be involved in, I know it's definitely what I'm involved with, is that I don't get a lot of time to paint. I have a full-time job. I run a YouTube channel. I actually try to play board games, not just paint them. I enjoy video games. I enjoy reading. And I enjoy painting miniatures. So I have already too many hobbies as it is. And so I don't have a lot of time. And so typically I can finish about a miniature a week, sometimes two. That equals, let's say, about 6 hours. So that's 6 hours in a week to paint a miniature. Yet there are people who do this for a living, who do this fantastic and do this great. Not only do they have all the equipment, they have the fancy airbrushes, they have, perfect, tools and thinner instead of water and all these great brushes and all that. And they paint 8 hours a day. It's their job. It's what they do. It's what they get paid for. And they're good at it. It's a combination of talent and just time. And they've been doing it for 10 plus years. And they've won a crystal brush or a golden demon or anything like that. And so I see people paint the same miniatures I am, that are spending an amazing amount of time doing it. They've been doing it for a while. They have all the tools. They have all the patience. They'll spend 8 hours a day and spend 2 days painting one miniature, something I'll never do. And it looks amazing. And I see that and I'm like, wow, I cannot paint that good. Now, part of it is I could just practice more. I could spend more time. I could learn the techniques better. Maybe I could actually get an art degree and figure out how the color wheel even works. Or I could choose to simply find a miniature that inspires me, a sculpt that I find interesting, a color scheme that I want to try, and I paint. It is a hobby. Even running this YouTube channel, it's a hobby. And I guess I found out a lot of people don't feel that way. They're not okay with that. They really strive to be better, or they get disheartened. I know tons of people who have stopped painting because they feel they must finish something and they have to finish their board game. So they're batch painting 27 goblins and they can't stand even looking at these goblins anymore. That's going to hurt their gameplay. So now not only are they doing something they don't even like to do, but they're not going to want to play the game either because they're tired of it. I've done it before. And I guess it's good for us to try and avoid that. As us common folk, us average folk, and by average, I don't even mean just my quality. I mean even better than me too. But when you're not a professional, and by professional, I don't just mean you get a commission every now and then. Even I get those. I mean that you're not doing this as you're living. You're not painting for days. You haven't been painting for years. You don't have all the professional equipment. And you just enjoy painting. It's okay to do what you like, but that's not a hobby. That can still be a job. So anyway, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. I would love to, I guess, start this discussion here. I had a ton of discussion on, Facebook and Twitter and all that about, first of all, the fact that I think there's more to art than just being good at it, and that I could get an art degree, and I could have all the techniques to do what my brain thinks I should be able to do, right? So you need the technique and you need the education, but you need the eye for it too, more than the education. What I mean by that is you can learn how the color wheel works, Or you could learn how screen composition works or anything like that. I don't know. I'm not educated, in that. But how you implement that, your creativity is what drives art, at least in my book. So I think you definitely need that, almost more so than the technique, though you have to have at least sufficient technique to get your vision across. But some don't think that. Some think that everybody is artistic and they can be and as almost equal. And either way, I would love to hear your thoughts on whether or not we should strive to be better painters or win that next tournament or be the best there is, or whether we should, follow all these people on Instagram and look, oh wow, look how amazing they did. Oh, look how good that was. Mine sucks. I shouldn't even try. Or maybe I should just throw some paint on and not even care anymore. So let's discuss. I'll be down in the comments below. I'll link that article down in the description below. And let's discuss.